Welcome to another episode of Business Compass. Business Compass is the GPS for your business, and our work is to coach, support, and mentor young business entrepreneurs. And this week we are coming with a brand new episode and a brand new business that we want to feature. And today is a real pleasure to have in our studio Dzordzoe Skincare. I hope I got that right. And with me to support are my experts. Petra Abba Samoa, marketing and sales consultant, and also a writer. Welcome, Petra.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think Jennifer is going to need a lot of marketing support. And it's also my privilege to have Frank Abe, who is a manager, deal advisory service at KPMG, and our in-house finance guru. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you, Charlotte.
So today we have Dzordzoe Skincare, and it's founded by Jennifer Afola. And we have Jennifer in the studio with us, and we'll take a quick break, and when we come back we get to go in depth and understand a little bit about Jennifer's business and how she started.
Hello, my name is Afola Jennifer Ewenam. I am the CEO of Dzordzoe Skincare. I have been doing this business for the past 2 years. Dzordzoe Skincare is about organic skincare products. We have the African black soap, we have the Shea butter, and we have the Shea body oil. It was actually becoming alarming with the increase of skin bleaching, so I decided to go into producing organic skincare products that are effective but affordable. The road in this journey hasn't been smooth. I faced financial challenges. I face challenges with my production facility. I have a very small space, so when there is a higher demand, storing them becomes a challenge. And also skilled labor is also a challenge. Machineries, equipment to produce in larger quantities, and also visibility of the products, that is marketing and sales strategies, is also a bit of challenge. I need financial support, I need mentorship and guidance, and I need support in visibility and marketing. With the experts on the panel, I know I'm going to learn a lot, because there is a sales expert, there is a finance expert, and the host herself is a legal expert. So I'm expecting to learn so many things across these fields.
Welcome back from the break, viewers, and today, like I said earlier, we have Dzordzoe Skincare with us on Business Compass. So Jennifer, tell us, how did you come up on this idea? How did you start?
Okay, so Dzordzoe Skincare is an organic skincare brand. The name Dzordzoe means perfect, which is a local name in one of our Ghanaian local dialects, that is Ewe. Okay. So this whole idea started in 2017 when I was about to complete my national service. So
where were you doing your service?
Sorry?
Where did you do your
Youth
service?
Employment Agency,
Okay.
YEA.
Oh, okay.
So having a conversation with my colleagues, we were all thinking about what to do after national service. Yes, we didn't want to join the Graduate Student Unemployment Association, so we were all trying to get something to do for ourselves. So I identified one problem, which was the increase in skin bleaching. So I wanted to join hands against the campaign on skin bleaching.
Okay.
So I looked around, and I looked at myself. I do get compliments about my black skin. Okay. So I was like, so why don't I do something that is me? That is me representing the brand or the business. Okay. That is why I went into organic skincare production.
That's lovely. So you did this for two good reasons: to solve a problem you had noticed in society,
yeah,
and also to create employment for yourself and hopefully other people. That's brilliant. And so you started this in 2017.
Yes, please.
What's your vision for Dzordzoe Skincare?
Well, I want to see Dzordzoe Skincare to be one of the top mentioned skincare brands in Africa and beyond. Yeah.
Africa and beyond.
Yes, please.
One of the top skincare brands. And when you say this is your goal, within what period are you looking at doing that?
Within the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years. So
Yeah.
5 years, Dzordzoe is going to be top
Mentioned skincare brand.
Well, I don't know about top mentioned. How about top sold? Do you just want to be mentioned, or you want to be sold?
Mention will increase sales, you know, when I'm being
Not
heard.
necessarily.
Okay.
Maybe mentioned for bad.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Frank and Petra, you've heard Jennifer's vision. What do you think? And I forgot, we have
products.
Some of her products here, beautifully put together, beautifully packaged. And so this is all chemical free?
Yes, please.
Absolutely no chemicals
Yes,
at all,
please.
even in the soap?
Yes, please.
Wow, okay.
Let me see the tea tree.
This one.
Unfortunately, because of mask and shields, we can't.
Yeah, I'm sure
Try
the
the
scientists are
frequency.
saying everything is a chemical now. so why you say no chemical? But
Well, I like the
I
Shea.
guess the thinking is that not too much processed or natural sources.
Natural sources.
How do you source your input?
Okay, so I get the raw materials from the north. It is basically shea butter.
Shea based, okay.
Yeah, shea base and African black soap.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your product range is based on Shea?
Yes, currently, yes.
Okay, no, that's fine. An African black soap, okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So tell us how you started. Did you encounter financing difficulties? How did you manage to even know how to do these products and things like that?
Yeah, one of the first challenge I encountered was financial challenge
To
What
start.
is that?
to start.
Okay.
And after that, social media challenge, because this is actually a new packaging. I had an old packaging, but I got a social media.
But let's go back to, let's take them one at a time. So we're
Okay.
talking about your startup.
Yeah.
What was the challenge and how did you solve it, and what can we do to make it better?
So the first challenge, as I said, is financial challenge.
So how did you find the money to start up?
I started with my national service allowance.
Oh,
Yeah, that is it's a small business. So
okay.
I just bought some 2 buckets of shea butter from the north,
Okay.
and I started the mixing in my room.
Okay.
That's how I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it didn't cost you a lot to start?
No, it didn't cost me a lot to start.
But as you now started, you now had to start thinking about the packaging, the labeling. So
The branding,
what was that journey like? Yes.
it was really a tough one. Very, very tough. You know, looking at the market, there are always competitors coming in or new enterprises coming in this line of operational industry. So
Okay.
you always have to think about branding, packaging to stand out. So it was really, really difficult.
Would you say it's a congested market? Are there a lot of people doing the same thing?
Yes, it is.
So how is yours different?
I think what makes mine unique is one, I deliver quality, effective and affordable organic skincare products.
Okay.
Yes, that's what makes mine unique. And I think my packaging also, the eco-friendly.
distinctive.
Yeah,
Is it eco-friendly?
yeah. You can reuse it.
Oh, how does that work? Your
Okay,
people who
so-
buy bring it back or what?
Yeah, there is a package for refill, and
Oh,
also you can use the butter or even the body oil as a decorative piece. Yeah, the one with the bamboo lid.
Mm-hmm.
After use, you can put your makeup brushes or your pencils in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you've tried to find other uses for
Yes.
the, okay.
Yes.
So you're upcycling?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay.
I think Petra would have a lot to say. Yeah.
Very interesting. But you also mentioned, so you said 2 very interesting things that just piqued my interest. you said packaging and branding so that you can stand out.
Yeah.
And then you also mentioned that you had a social media problem. But I want to go back to packaging and branding.
And then we'll deal with the social media
Yes.
one. Okay.
Because in you talking about it, I actually wanted you to clarify when you say packaging and branding to stand out. Are you just referring to how nice it looks, or is there something else?
With the packaging and branding, I think it comes in two different ways. Yes. The brand itself. The brand entails the packaging and the effectiveness to the customer. Yes. So
Absolutely. That's the point I wanted you to mention, because I think that for it tends to be quite like we try to put the cart before the horse. We're thinking of how nice it will look, how presentable it will look, without first thinking of how effective as a product to be. So I was very excited that you mentioned effectiveness, because without that product benefit, how nice you package it really doesn't sell the product. Because if they like it, it's attractive, and they try it and it doesn't solve their problem, then there's a problem. Okay, so it's important that when you're thinking about the brand, you're thinking of the solution it provides, but also how you've packaged it. So that clarification is good. And then I'll come back to the social media problem. But
What do you
it's
think about the
interesting.
name, though?
Um,
I'm trying to tie this to her vision of being a global brand, going Africa and beyond in the next 5 years. What do you think of the name?
The name is very interesting. I like the fact that she chose a name that is
indigenous name.
Yes, an indigenous name. So it's an authentic African product. My only challenge would be on how easy it will be for non-Ghanaians to pronounce and to remember.
Okay,
That's
so
the
wait,
thing.
Petra, how would you, let's do a little test. How would you pronounce it? Looking at it.
Dzordzoe. Is that correct?
yes.
Okay, how would you pronounce it, Frank, looking at it?
Jojo.
Have you had challenges with clients or customers
Yes, I
asking you how to
have.
pronounce it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so there's two options. Or not two, several options. You can decide to change it to a brand name that is more globally, I don't want to say appealing, but just easier to, just makes the brand a bit more open. But it's a challenge because you're also selling a story about Africa and authenticity. So if you decide to do a marketing thing and stick to it and carry out that story, then it may be to use that, and Petra can help here, use that as a branding tool in itself and a marketing tool. So then it becomes like you write it the way it, and then also write it the way it is pronounced, so that you get consistency in the pronunciation, but you're still carrying the authentic African look and feel into the brand name itself and the pronunciation.
Yeah. So instead of just thinking about changing it, which I wouldn't advise, you can actually decide to just put the name as it is pronounced under here
Okay.
in inverted commas.
As part of the brand.
As part
yeah.
of the brand.
Okay.
So just the pronunciation as part of the brand here. That will also make it easy. But I like the story of the name, which is what you can capitalize on. The perfect fact that African skin is beautiful, is perfect as is. There's no need to add anything to it. So you can just use the natural products and maintain the natural look. So that for me is the thing. So just, you can add just the name as it's pronounced in inverted commas. And everywhere you mention the brand, add that as well.
Yes.
And I know people who have names that starts with DZ, and because they do a lot of global work, they consistently just
Add the pronunciation,
to it. So it's a fine way of going about it. Yeah.
Okay.
But then it also brings in the issue about when you're naming a business, you may have a really nice name, really good idea, but you also have to think in terms of the vision, where you want to take the brand to, and how that name can carry you, and make sure that it's not a liability to the business growth, And I think it could easily happen in your case if you don't decide to retool it and use it appropriately. I think that's all we're saying. We like the name, but we're just saying that for that name to carry to where you're going to, you may have to do a bit of work on the branding aspect.
Branding, yeah.
Okay. So for now, let's see your range. So we know it's shea butter and African soap base. So for the shea butter, you have the lemon oil.
Yes.
Is that the only thing you have for the shea? Okay. And you have shea oil.
Yes.
How is that different? So this is cream and this is oil.
Body oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then these 3 are bath gels. Interesting. So you have an African black soap that is tea tree,
Yes.
one that is noni, and then one that
You
is
take the cork out. Okay.
and one that is aloe vera. So
Yes,
how did you decide on these 3? Is it based on market research or just based on your own inspiration? What you wanted
Based
to
on
do?
market research.
The market told you they wanted a noni black soap.
Yeah, most customers, with the research I did, I
Okay.
realized that most customers they want it scented, but most customers have also, I made research on essential oils, what it does to their skin.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked, there is actually another one, that's turmeric. So I picked
Okay.
the most ones that customers do prefer.
Is
So
it
that
the ones in terms of the ones that solve the challenges that?
the one that solved their challenge?
Okay.
Yes. So this
So it's
all
not as if a
natural.
customer said, "I want the noni black soap," but based on the challenge that the customers have, you decided that I'm going to do a noni black soap because the noni would address that problem.
It is their customer need. It is their need.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is their need. So I chose this ones to solve their needs or their wants.
Okay.
And, yeah.
That's interesting because I think it's instructive to know that you said you did research, because typically people decide that they have a problem or they've noticed a problem and they just assume that the market will want it. But that process of actually researching and establishing that there's a real need is very
yes.
critical. And I
That's
think
very good.
Very, very good. And what and Charlotte was trying to establish was, is it the problem, you're trying to solve a problem with a particular product, or it's actually a direct request for a specific ingredient? But whichever way, it's good that you're researching and you're sure, because you don't want to
customer led.
Exactly, it's customer led. You don't want to put a product in the market and now start looking for customers for it, but you've actually been able to identify that this is a problem, this is the solution, and these are the people I can sell to. So that's really excellent.
And we should say, and even for those young entrepreneurs who are watching back home, it's important that you do what Jennifer has done. The product should be what the market wants. It's very difficult selling when you are doing what you want to do and trying to force the market to do it. And like Frank always reminds us, business is to make money. So the easier thing is to find out what do my customers want, and then you build your product to fill that need, to respond to that.
Absolutely.
Rather than creating the product and hoping that customers would buy it.
And then getting frustrated when they don't buy.
Yes.
Because then it's like, oh, they don't understand my business, they don't know the value of it. But it's not really that they don't know the value, it's that you haven't actually gone to the point of their need. You haven't addressed something that is a problem for them.
I think we saw
So
that
that's
in the first season.
Yeah, that's a very important thing, that you go and solve a problem. You don't just decide that, oh, this is something I dreamt in the middle of the night and I got inspiration to do it. But then research should also be consistent, because customer tastes and preferences evolve.
Okay.
So
That's a good
if
point,
you
yeah.
had at the beginning of the business, everybody was asking for tea tree or noni, you should also keep up with trends, because there might be new there might be innovations coming up in the market,
Or new demands
from customers, maybe different sizes,
Okay.
different packaging, things like that. So keep up with the trends as well, so that you can innovate.
Okay, we need to go on a quick break. And when we come back, we would now look at the legal and the financial issues. But if you're watching from home and you think you're in Jennifer's situation, you have a great business idea or a product and you want to be on the show, or you want us to help you with a specific question, don't forget to send us a 1-minute video to 026-300-5055. Send it via WhatsApp and we'll be very happy to respond to you. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation with Jennifer.
Immediately the product was actually introduced to me, I wanted to get on it, and that was the Gold Check account. Guys, this has actually changed my business. So on the First National Bank app, you have the business toolkits that gives you all the information that you need to run your business, and whatever inquiries you have, they're always ready to answer. And that makes life very easy for me. And you have the in contacts that helps you access every transaction that takes place or happens. Now, point of sales terminal. I market wherever I go, and so I love to have that so I can take payment, especially with those who tell me I do not have cash. A bank that understands that you can start life all over again or start a business from scratch. Very keen on running it and making sure that you grow to the core. It's one you should look out for. My name is Jifa Bekwe-Gray, the CEO of Jifa Gray Creations. I recommend that you sign up to the Go Check account from First National Bank for a great banking experience.
Whatever the occasion, with ATL, you can never be out of style. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
Welcome back. You're still on Business Compass, and this week we're talking to Dzordzoe Skincare. And Jennifer, so you started in your room with your little national service allowance, which is very good because it shows that it can be done. It's just a matter of being focused and wanting to do it. And so you're a sole proprietorship, so it's just you, it's a one-person business, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. You're registered with the FDA.
I'm done with the GSA, so I'm yet to do the FDA.
So you have to do the FDA because you're selling products that people use. So it's really, really important that as soon as you leave here, you head straight to the offices of the FDA and you get all the certifications done. Now, you have how many employees?
I currently have 2 employees.
2 employees, okay. So if we asked you how many bottles of bath gel did you sell last month?
Last month I sold about 100.
100.
Yeah.
Of
the bath gel.
which one?
I
Which
think
one
I
is your
sold
bestseller?
more of the turmeric.
You sold more of the turmeric.
Yeah.
So are you tracking so you know which ones are outselling the other ones?
Yes, please.
Okay. And how many of your Shea body creams did you sell?
I sold 50 of the butter and I sold 80 of the body oil.
Okay. Now, how does that compare to last year? To February last year?
To February last year. Okay, so there is a slow in business because, as I said earlier, I had a social media challenge. Yes. I changed this brand then, this packaging in December. It was first in the bamboo packaging. But I had a social media challenge with another brand who also uses bamboo.
So? There are so many others using plastic.
Yeah.
So why is that a problem, that you're using bamboo?
Or what was the social media problem? Was it that they accused you of
They attacked
infringing
me of, yes, using
Okay.
the same packaging as they are using. So they started reporting my account and all that.
But the name of the brand was not the same.
No.
Was the product the same?
Yeah, I think they also do shea butter. But I was doing shea butter, black soap and body oil.
Okay.
And the challenge
That's
is that you
interesting.
use
Bamboo.
bamboo
Bamboo.
packaging.
Yeah.
So why isn't plastic a challenge? Because you're not the only one using plastic packaging.
Yeah.
So was it that they claimed that the bamboo was proprietary to them? Like they own it, they own the idea?
Yeah, that was how they came up. It was one afternoon, all of a sudden I could see that people were tagging me on Instagram, my Snap stories, you know, that I'm using a packaging that belongs to a different brand.
Where were you getting your packaging from?
It was locally made. I actually got people to carve the bamboo for me.
And it was carved differently from the other
It was carved
brand?
differently from those outsourced abroad.
I wish you had brought it. I would have liked to see, because I think that makes more sense. It's environmentally friendly. And if it means changing the shape, then fine. But bamboo cannot be proprietary. Maybe the shape and the similarities can be managed so that you're not infringing another's trademark. And I'm not for a minute saying that you were, because I haven't seen both brands. But I don't believe you can have. It's almost like saying then the person might as well have a proprietary right over plastic or over paper. People use all kinds of things for packaging, so you cannot have a proprietary right over the material. But if the outcome is similar in shape and form to another's brand, then we can deal with that similarity. But for what you're doing, I think we may have to look at the bamboo again. And see what the options are.
I actually support that idea of the bamboo. Or alternatively, look out for another material that can perform the same function but organic.
Yeah.
And what you went through was is common in business.
Yes.
Well, not too common, but you have to anticipate them. It happens. It happens in business. Communication issues, infringement issues, things like that. It's really how you react to it. And I don't know the full story, but I get the sense that you just...
She seems traumatized by it.
you are traumatized by it.
Yeah, I think I was.
Affected you.
It affected me.
Exactly. But those things happen in business. And it's also a function of the current environment that your business exists in. Very social media based, very...
But it's also good that you didn't give up.
Yeah, exactly. So
You
it's
tried to
important
adapt.
that you try to adapt, yes. That's
However, having said that, maybe you should also look at the dependence on social media as a marketing tool.
going to come to that.
And a lot of small businesses do that. And if all your sales are through social media channels, then you're carrying a major risk. Because if your account is blocked or hacked or reported for any reason, and you know, some of these things, what's the word? Corporate competition can be very vile and very vicious. So any of those things could happen. So really you need to protect your business. And one of the things you should do is try and create a marketing channel outside of social media. So even if it is a WhatsApp group with your core customers, or developing customers outside the social media. We're assuming everybody's on social media, some people are not. So also start breaking that dependence on social media, so that if something like that happens, your market, at least your income channels, some are protected. It's a major risk, and we've seen a lot of businesses ruined through social media attacks. You know?
And then
do
the
you have
other thing
other
is,
channels aside social media?
Currently, no.
And then there's
Because
also
I was using Instagram as my niche market. Yeah, so...
as your main tool.
Yes, my main tool. So.
I think the challenge for your for small young business owners is also that Instagram is where you guys live. So your personality, your life, your livelihood, your identity, everything is there. And anytime something happens, you feel like the world has come to an end. But there is a world outside of Instagram. Okay, there's a world outside Instagram. And there's a world beyond what people say about you negatively on Instagram. So really, I'm thinking that if you had stepped back a bit and just allowed things to play out differently, you might have known how to change your whole identity. But you can revisit it later. But like she's saying, you have to try and find your customer base beyond just those social media. They are very, very effective. That's the truth. But beyond that, you might actually be able to identify that not everybody who is even following you on Instagram buys your products. You might have 100,000 followers and be making 10 bottles, sales on 10 bottles a month. So it's a lot of hype. It might not necessarily translate into sales.
To show you how serious what you're doing is, even in her business challenges, if you notice, she doesn't say that. She talks about lack of proper marketing, but I can see that you're still thinking only social media. Because number 4, she says social media management tools, as if there's no market outside of social media.
So it's really a very broad scope of things that you can do to get your products out there beyond just Instagram. Okay, Instagram is good, but think about it as well. You can sell to an audience outside of that space.
Can we make a few suggestions for her? That maybe that would help. So you have amazing products like this. Have you tried selling to hotels? Which would require, yeah.
No, did you see her eyes? She was like, no.
Hotels have a little packaging. Have you tried doing a travel set?
Okay.
If I want to travel, I'm not going to be able to travel with this big black soap. So at the airport, those airport-friendly sizes.
Yeah.
Travel agents could help you push that. People are traveling. Bridal parties.
As gift items.
Yes, small, nicer sizes would be great gifts. And it could even be personalized.
Yeah.
For weddings as souvenirs. There's so many things you can be doing that the quantities would be bigger. The sizes may be smaller, but you're doing bigger, because if you're doing, let's say, soap, shea oil, whatever, for a party, it's, it comes like that, but you're pushing bigger quantities rather than sticking to the traditional bathroom sizes where people are buying 1, 2, 5. You could be selling larger units. I think that's the point. So there's a whole market outside. I mean, in the hospitals, people, they are using soap. Why do you think that they don't want natural soap and we must be stuck with tablet soap, which is even more work for somebody who is sick rather than the liquid one? So there's a whole market out there that you just need to expand your horizons a bit more. And maybe if you just stepped out of Instagram market, it may help.
And then recognize that awareness doesn't always lead to sales.
Yes.
Or
yeah, that's why she said she wanted to be a top mentioned.
Yes. Top mention does not necessarily lead to sales. It's a nice thing to be popular. It's a nice thing for everybody to know about you and what you do. But you have to be focused on how does this translate into sales.
Yeah, in business to make money.
And every time you do something, you should think about how does this affect my bottom line? How does this affect my sales? Not just because it's a nice thing to do. So if you're posting pictures and you're doing activities on Instagram or Facebook or wherever else, think about how does this translate into sales. I think that's a very missing link.
Yes.
So you might be spending hours and hours and hours creating content for Instagram and getting 0 revenue. And you might even be spending and getting more emotional stress, but it's not leading to any business. And you think that Instagram is not effective. It's not because Instagram is not effective, it's how you're using it. So if you mention that you have challenges with social media management tools, it could actually be that the people who have liked your page or follow you on Instagram are not your customers.
Yes.
They're your friends. They're your fans. You have to separate fans and friends from customers.
Good
not
point.
Everybody who
I
is
think
following
that's
you.
a great place to take a break and do Coach's Corner. And when we come back from Coach's Corner, we're going to look at Jennifer's money, because like Petra is saying, it's good to have fans on social media. It's good to have a lot of noise around buzz around your brand, but the bottom line is to make money. So Frank is going to talk to us about how we can help Jennifer make money, because she mentions as one of her challenges access to financial resources. So we switch over to Coach's Corner, and when we come back, we talk money.
Hello, it's a joy to be with you again with Coach's Corner on Business Compass. I am Coach Bell. Tonight's tip is on mentorship. Sometimes you're scared to look like an ignorant person because you think your question may be stupid. But what you fail to realize is that the answer to that question can help you to get to where you want to go. Why are you so scared of looking like you don't know something? It is much better to accept that you didn't know something and try and find out the answer than to act like you do know when you don't. Never be afraid to ask questions. Mentorship is about admitting your limitation and seeking guidance from someone with the knowledge, experience, and expertise. The key here is to be the one who asks all the questions. No matter how stupid you think those are, your goal is to learn. It saves you a lot of time and trouble. Mix and mingle with the best. Join a business social network or group. You never know what valuable contacts you could make there or what new industry practice you could pick up. Seek mentorship, it will make you wiser. Before I go, let me leave you with this proverb from China. He who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask a question remains a fool forever. See you again soon.
Immediately the product was actually introduced to me, I wanted to get on it, and that was the Gold Check account, guys. This has actually changed my business. So on the First National Bank app, you have the business toolkits that gives you all the information that you need to run your business, and whatever inquiries you have, they're always ready to answer. And that makes life very easy for me. And you have the in contacts that helps you access every transaction that takes place or happens. Now, point of sales terminal. I market wherever I go, and so I love to have that so I can take payment, especially with those who tell me I do not have cash. A bank that understands that you can start life all over again or start a business from scratch. Very keen on running it and making sure that you grow to the core. It's one you should look out for. My name is Jifa Bekre-Gray, the CEO of Jifa Gray Creations. I recommend that you sign up to the Gold Check account from First National Bank for a great banking experience.
Whatever the occasion, with ATL, you can never be out of style. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
Welcome back from Coach's Corner, and we're still here in the studio with Dzordzoe Skincare, and we're going to explore how we can help Jennifer make money, or at least find access to financial resources, as she puts it. Frank, Jennifer needs money.
Yeah. And everybody needs money, but money will come. You have to work at it. So good. You have a great product, but I think from the discussion so far, your challenge has been the channels. You have limited yourself to social media. Yeah, it's an easy channel to make. But I think it's time you go out there, speak to shop owners, and see whether you can get some shops that will be accepting things to sort of sell for you. So the physical, traditional sale thing is probably your starting point, while the social media thing is there. And then, I don't know whether you would want to do the sales yourself, but you have to set a budget that, every 3-4 days, I want to reach a target of maybe selling 30 units, 40 units, 50 units, and challenge yourself to do that. If it means you must get a salesperson to help you on commission basis, do that. Because the access to finance thing, you must have a proven track record to have done the business successfully before any investor will bring monies in. So once you've been able to start, you need to penetrate the market a bit. And then once you can show a very good sales record, you'll be able to attract the needed investment. Because looking at your number, you're saying that between 3 to 2 years, you believe you sold about 50,000 Ghana cedis so far. right? 2 to 3 years.
I think that was a mistake.
It
Come
was a
again?
mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so how
It's
much
too
is
big,
that?
too small.
No, it's too big because I had a break last year with my whole challenge, so that's
So
outrageous.
what's your estimate?
My estimate should be 8,000 to 10,000.
So if you are looking for an investor, you should even know the number. It's a number you know, and it's a number you should be tracking. And if I ask you, maybe end of next year, how much do you expect to make? Do you have an idea?
End of next year.
End of this, let's say end of this year.
End of this year. About 40,000.
Above 40,000
It's
is
a
not
nice
a number.
number.
No, it's not even a number. Above 40,000, that's not a number.
Okay, 40,000.
So yeah, so investment
That's
community
sales.
That's
like
sales.
precision. Okay, investment community, we want precision because we want you to
Can be a
have
moving
an
target.
idea,
Yeah.
and then it should be challenging enough. So if you gave me a figure previously of about 30,000-40,000, and you are breaking through a market, I expect to see a more challenging figure, 70,000-80,000. That's your number line I expect to see. Because you see, you are looking first. You say you employ 2 people.
Yes, please.
You have to employ yourself. You are a graduate.
Are you paying yourself?
Yes, I'm paying myself.
Yeah.
Are you happy with your salary?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So
Do you want to increase your salary?
Yes, I want to.
Okay, so you have
and
to
it's
sell
in your
more.
hands. You have to sell more. So it means that set targets that are realistic and push to get those targets achieved. That's your first thing. Do that, and in addition to, I think we've spoken at length about keeping your records as much as possible. Do your sales either through a banking system or mobile money platform where you can easily track your sales and be able to have some visibility into your numbers. And then as you have a track record, then you can look for an investor who will come in. Or if you have a banking relationship, then you may need you may ask your bank for help. But before you even approach anybody for help, you should be able to tell me, if I put the money in your business now, so if today I said, I have 50,000, I'm bringing it to your business, what are you going to do with it? Do you have a list of items you invest in? Do you have
Jennifer,
anything?
do you have, or you can have? Do you have?
I can have.
So you don't have.
Yeah. So again, I expect that once investor approaches you, within 30 seconds, you should be able to say, oh, if I need an investment requirement of 100,000, I'm putting 30 into machinery, I'm putting 20 in working capital, I'm putting this into market and distribution.
Basically, you should know your business
You should know
so well
it's-
that it's at your fingertips.
Yes.
What you have and what you will do if you got XYZ, you should know it.
And what you expect the outcome to be.
Yeah.
So if I said I'm putting 100 in and you are using it for X, Y, Z, you should be able to tell me that in about 2 years, I'll be able to repay the 100 and its interest. You know, that's how you assess finance.
And
So
you do know that money always has a price.
Yes.
Whether it's from family, whether it's equity, whether it is debt, money always has a price.
Yes.
So you should also factor in the price of that money in whatever investment you're going to do to make sure that the outcome can repay that money and the price of that money, which is the interest. Okay.
I just wanted to make a quick comment on the sales issue that
Can you
Frank
tie
has
that
raised.
to getting and retaining customers? Because
Okay.
she
Perfect,
says that's one
yes.
of her challenges.
So
yeah.
you set a target of 40,000 CDs. You need to break that target down into what it means in terms of product sales.
Okay.
So how many bottles do you actually want to sell by when? And I'm saying that because the target has to be realistic. You have to break it down that it means it makes meaning to you and your team. And that's what will tie into you saying, how are you going to attract customers? So if you want to sell 40,000 CDs worth of product, what does that mean? Okay, where am I going to sell that to? And that will lead you to asking the critical questions of where are my customers? Do I have 100,000 customers on Instagram who can potentially buy 10,000 CDs worth of products? Do I have another segment of customers in hotels? Do I have another segment of customers through travel agents who are traveling? Where are these customers? So that target doesn't become a dream, but it's an actual concrete goal. Okay, so that's a very critical thing. Once you can clarify that and break it down, you might even be able to tell yourself that, okay, 40,000 is too much for 1 year, because I don't have the skill yet, I don't have the team, I don't have the capacity to do this, but I can grow this target over 3 years. But like Frank said, it has to be a target that you are clear on. It's not a wish. So if you just set 40,000 today, go back and think about it.
So she has to tie the target, the financial target, to the product itself.
Yes.
And also tie to the market.
Yes.
So for instance, if she realizes that it means she needs to sell 20,000, rather than sitting in her room and doing Instagram, it may mean that she may go out onto university campuses.
Yes.
And do some education, which is we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we want to look at your why, the original reason why you started, and how we can tie that to your vision, and how we can tie to the challenges you're having with marketing and with making more sales. And then we'll see how we can put all that together. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll try and wrap this up. So please stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Immediately the product was actually introduced to me, I wanted to get on it, and that was the Gold Check account, guys. This has actually changed my business. So on the First National Bank app, you have the business toolkits that gives you all the information that you need to run your business, and whatever inquiries you have, they're always ready to answer, and that makes life very easy for me. And you have the in contacts that helps you access every transaction that takes place or happens. Now, point of sales terminal. I market wherever I go, and so I love to have that so I can take payment, especially with those who tell me I do not have cash. A bank that understands that you can start life all over again or start a business from scratch. Very keen on running it and making sure that you grow to the core. It's one you should look out for. My name is Jifa Bekre-Gray, the CEO of Jifa Gray Creations. I recommend that you sign up to the Gold Check account from First National Bank for a great banking experience.
Welcome back, viewers. We're still on Business Compass, and today we're talking with Dzordzoe Skincare. And you know, Jennifer, when we started the conversation, one of your whys was the addressing the problem in our society of skin bleaching. Now, we've talked a lot about your raising finance and your marketing and your marketing channels and all that. And one of the challenges you mentioned is getting and retaining customers. But in all this, and even in the product range, I don't see that coming up. The issue of skin bleaching and how you are using your products to deal with that. Where is it?
Okay, so one challenge that I identified, which was the reason why people go into skin bleaching, is one, the acceptance of their color. Which has to be looked. I think it's a major problem in Africa. Yes.
So it's a self-worth thing. So people do not they don't love their skin.
Yes.
So how does this help them love their skin?
That is why this gives an effective. One challenge of organic skincare products is it takes time before you see the changes. So when I recruit or I get customers, I educate them.
So how you only educate them when they become your customers? So it's only when they why must I have an interaction with you when I buy to get the education? Or you're educating, but I don't know how to put it. Now, what she's saying is when she gets a customer, she educates them. It's almost like there's a little salon she has where you go to for skincare advice, and then she educates you. But if I'm buying this off social media, or I'm picking this in a shop, where do I get that education?
Okay, so as I said earlier, I was focusing, from here I'm changing my mind has already changed. So I was focusing on Instagram.
Okay.
So before a customer gets to my DM or WhatsApp me, he or she goes through my page, and before she tells me what she wants, the kind of product she wants, when I post the product, I write the benefit of it. Of the product.
Okay.
And sometimes people misinterpret the glowing to bleaching. So when I write, maybe this is African Black Soap Bath Gel, Noni. it gives you a glowing skin. It gives you a smooth skin. When they see the glowing, they think it's bleaching.
And then they come.
And they come.
Oh, okay.
So then, you know, educate them, yes.
But I think you don't have to wait for them to come. You need to be putting out this education there.
Okay.
Let your brand be associated with that problem you're trying to solve. It's part of the whole authenticity of your brand that we started talking about.
Okay.
The name, you know, the Dzordzoe, the meaning in ever, and all the things that flow from there. You have to own this story.
Okay.
You're dropping the story midway and picking it up when you remember it or when they come to you. They don't have to come to you. I should be able to tell people that, oh, this thing, and even for the societal good you're doing, I may want to buy your black soap above another black soap.
Okay.
And something you should consider, if you're going to be putting part of your process into that course and treat it as a course. So whether you're advising people who have been bleaching their skin, and then you can show some transformation stories on your page that this person was here and this is where they are now. It's a course, it's education. Forget even the looks.
Okay.
There are health implications. So why aren't you talking to us about the health implications of bleaching and why we need to use natural products and enhance our own natural beauty? So take the whole story as part of your brand, the whole challenge, and incorporate it into the brand. Well, Petra is the sales and marketing expert, so maybe she can do this better than I can.
I mean, you're totally spot on. The story is bigger than just your business, actually. So the whole problem of colorism in Africa or in Ghana is a big issue. When you mentioned that they're not very comfortable with their skin color, it's not a shallow water thing. It's quite deep-rooted. So you have to approach it with that same level of depth. And the thing is, if you want to, it has to be something that you stick to. So, and be very, very conscious about the words you use as well. Like you mentioned, when they see glow, they mean shine, go and shine, or use something else to make your skin color change. So that has to be clear. And you mentioned that you're acquiring customers is a challenge. Don't wait for them to come to you. You have to go out and get them. So I actually think beyond just marketing, you have a sales problem. And
please give her a signed copy of the book.
I'll sign it for you. So you have a sales problem. You have to go out and get these customers. You have to fish for them. You can't just wait, sit back and wait for them to come to you. You have to have a very targeted approach to getting these new customers.
So that's the thing. Customers don't come to you.
No,
you need to
you
go
have
out
to go and get
customers.
them.
Okay, we're running out of time, so let's bring Frank in. Frank.
Yes. So
what else do you think you can do from the money side?
Well, I mean, from the money side, you have to go out there and sell. So I don't want to even believe that.
We've given her a book on sales.
And then customer retention. I'm thinking that whatever customer base you have, gather as much information about them and look out for the top 20 that gives you the most sales. And make sure that this becomes your #1 product wherever they are. So it means that the product is accessible, it's available. I'm borrowing from Petra. And then what is affordable. So that 20%, make sure anytime they want the product, you know, then they will promote you. So by word of mouth, they'll make references and people will be looking for you and things like that.
But it's also it's a market with so many people. So you really have to be on top of your game. So weather is changing, Hamatan, you should be telling us, oh, this is when you need shea oil. This is when you need your shea butter. You need to be a bit more
out there.
Yes, create more awareness about the products, the value proposition.
And you can probably go and learn a little bit about skin, the science behind it and all that. Link your products, and I think we suggested it to one of the businesses where you go out there and give the education. So you give education about skin type and its impacts and all that, and you match it to your product that sort of resolves that problem. Then you sort of you've created some sort of an expertise with yourself to sort of sell your products, and I think that's all I need to add to this so far.
And look at channels, sales opportunities that typically people don't consider. You can think about speaking to young women in universities and selling to them. You can decide to partner with women's commissions in universities, have a product presentation, but talk to them about why the benefits of the product and why skin bleaching is a problem. And you can collaborate with health officials to speak to them. It's sponsored by your brand, And then that pushes the name out there in association with something worthy. So
Yes.
it's not just that you are looking to sell your products, which is the bottom line. Don't forget that.
You put a
Always
good
ask
cause on
yourself,
it.
yes, always ask yourself, how is it going to help me sell? So if somebody says, come and sponsor my event, you have to ask yourself, how is this going to help me sell? Where are the selling opportunities here? Can I do an exhibition? Can I have a stand? And will people be, and how do I ensure that this opportunity is a sales opportunity? So you really, really have to think about it in that way. Because at the end of the day, all of the investments you're making, it has to come back into the
has to
business.
become cash.
It has to
Mindset,
become cash,
okay.
yes.
Okay, please, what truck are we giving to Jennifer? I think.
Oh, we do mindset.
Mindsets, yes.
think
When you see private labeling, you'll be looking for private labeling jobs.
No, you started a business, but I don't think you started a business with a business mindset.
Mindset, yeah. So you need to go and rethink and remember the why, and just start working. Okay, working and walking back to money, and you follow the money in business.
Okay.
So we can't have money chasing you, and you're asking us whether I should be doing private labeling. Don't worry. So remember, you need a business mindset.
Thank you.
So remind yourself every day before you go to sleep, say, I'm in this business to make money. I'm in this business to make money. Say it to yourself 10 times. And don't turn down money.
And try and block out the noise of the activity around you, the society, and your group of friends that you're surrounded with on social media. Because I know that's a big problem for your age group, where it's really about a lot of people are conscious about what their friends and their family think about their business, rather than are they actually making money.
So we hope you enjoyed today's episode of Business Compass. Remember, we're the GPS for your business, and we're here for young entrepreneurs. If you have any challenges, any questions, please send us a video to 026-300-5055, and we'll be happy to address it. Jennifer, it's been an absolute pleasure having you, and we wish Dzordzoe Skincare the best of luck in the future. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Frank. You guys were amazing as always. God bless you all. And thank you, viewers. Thank you, Fiducia Services, and we'll see you next week.
My name is Awenam Jennifer, and I am the owner of Dzordzoe Skincare. This session has been very inspiring and educative. One thing I learned is for me to diversify my channels in my business. And yes, I always have this.
The business tips are proudly brought to you by First National Bank.
Hi, I'm Petra. Today's marketing tip is on the product. Know your product. There are 3 aspects of your product knowledge that are important to you as a business owner or someone who offers something to the market. 1, your product. So know everything about it. The second thing you need to also know is about your competition. What's the competition offering? And the third thing you need to know is about your industry. So 3 aspects of the product knowledge that are key for you as a small business owner. Your product, as in what exactly you're offering to the market, the ins and the outs of it. Know what your competitors are offering. And the third thing is about your industry. What's going on in the industry and what are the key trends to watch. Thank you. I'll catch you next time.